Right, time for the howlers of last year. It was a year of drastically varying quality, wasn't it? Pretty interesting. You could blame the quality of this stuff on the pandemic, which is fair enough, but some of these games were just bad without being unfinished. So let's labour through them, you know, that thing China forces its people to do. Number 5, Dragon Ball Z Wankerot. An open world Dragon Ball RPG? What a good idea. Since most of the series is them fighting to gain more power, it makes sense, but oh how they fucked it up. A boring open world with nothing in, and toilet flight controls, awful combat where enemies were not under the same rule set as you were, using unlimited ki, spamming supers over and over, as well as using super armor all the time so you can't stagger them, and when you do stagger them they just break out of it. This doesn't make the game hard, it just makes it annoying. You have to play the game in a really boring, cheesy way to win. Boring, slow RPG mechanics that doesn't make up for the lack of depth in the combat. A quite frankly soulless game all round that seems designed only to draw money from Dragon Ball fans. Number 4, Deadly Premonition 2. Sorry, best I've got for that one to be honest. Fuck Deadly Premonition 2. Releasing a game in this state is outright disgusting, and as of recording, the frame rate and technical problems are still bad. But even if the technical problems were removed, it would still be pretty guff. Crap lifeless open world, boring travel mechanics, boring simplistic combat, feces graphics, and shite side quests. The story and characters were good in the charming Deadly Premonition way, but it was padded with sewage game design. Absolute shite in the microwave, avoid it. Number 3, Cybercunt 2077. Oh, you bastard. Number 2, Resident Evil 3 Remake. These puns are not going well, are they? Of the original PS1 Resident Evils, I rate 3 pretty highly, better than 2 I think, but the remakes upset that balance, with Resident Evil 3 Remake being somewhere close to Operation Raccoon City. Talk about missing the point of Resident Evil 3, Nemesis was a puss boy in this game. In the original, he was a terrifying pain in your arse who would appear at the worst of times and chase you, but here that rarely happens, and when it does it's all scripted. It's also removed content from the original. No choices, no clock tower, it was just an arena now, no gravedigger boss, no spiders, no good game. The gameplay is still pretty good like it was in Resi 2 Remake, but everything else around it is insulting to the original. Pure concentrated piss. Number 1, Shycraft Dungeons. What was the point in Minecraft Dungeons? The most creative game IP out there, and they make a generic dungeon crawler which is nowhere near as good as its competition. The game is too shallow and badly balanced even for kids, which this is obviously aimed at. Skills and leveling is tied to your gear, using points to upgrade them, but you're switching them out anyway. It's one of them baffling mechanics where you think, who designed this and thought it was a good idea? Having a specific build is therefore pretty hard to achieve since everything is tied to random gear drops. The difficulty was badly balanced, with melee characters being at a massive disadvantage. It's just a badly designed game through and through, and one that didn't need to exist. So there you go, 5 games this year that were 100% terrible, and if you disagree, you are wrong. Sorry this was late, hope you had a good new year, onwards and upwards as they say. See ya!